guys, Laura with Garden Answer. Today I want to give you a tour of our brand new greenhouse. I'm really excited to show this off. This has been a project that's been going on for like a month and a half or so. And it's not technically a greenhouse, it's actually a cold frame. But we kind of elevated it a little bit, or had it elevated. We hired this out to be put up because Aaron and I, this would be a nightmare if we tried to put this up ourselves. He actually framed in the front and made it an actual wall so we can hang things off of it, heavy things on the inside, and then cedar shakes on the front to make it look pretty, because this is where we drive in. This is what we see right here. And I didn't really want a big plastic structure to look at right here. So just having a little bit more interest there, and also cedar shakes are great for picture taking. So it was kind of like a multi-functional thing. So this is our barn right here. And I thought it would be great to have it in this spot because it's not really used. It was just grass back here. So we had the grass. Aaron and I removed the grass. That was a hard, long process. When you look at it, when there's grass there, you think, oh, this isn't that big of a deal. We'll just get a sod lifter and do it. But it was a big project. So we lifted all the sod to about, I think it comes to about right here. And then it's all landscape fabric. We put down the really good stuff, DeWitt Pro, and then we had a layer of gravel brought in. So the whole thing should be pretty weed-free, maintenance-free, maybe the occasional gravel brought in to fill in any holes. But I kind of thought it would be nice to do some raised beds or something like that out here. So the fence is our property line, and that little house right there is actually not ours. That belongs to a new development that's going in. You can see one of the houses right there. We knew that was going to happen when we bought this house, so it's no surprise to us. And this is the only side of the house that has any houses, so it's not that big a deal. And I think they're half-acre lots, so they'll be nice homes, I think, on them. So anyway, I thought maybe we would do a North Pole arborvitae hedge. I started those in the back. If you watched that video, we did that this last fall. I planted 5 of them back there. Thought it'd be nice to kind of continue on and kind of mask that there. What else before we go inside? So this is a 20-foot wide by 36-foot cold frame. It's a Gothic arch style from Grower Supply is where we ordered it. So it came as a kit. None of the lumber, of course, was included. That you get on your own. And we actually had to have water brought out here. So our well is inside. You might be able to see it. See where the hose is coiled up over there? Probably should be in the barn, that hose, but that's where our well is. So we had to have water trenched all the way. It had to go under a sidewalk and then all the way through our driveway out to here, so we could have frost free out here. So I had running water in the winter time. So that was really nice. The other thing that we are going to add to this is a big piece of shade cloth. It gets super hot here in the summer. And we keep shade cloth on our greenhouse down at Andrews at the garden center where I work. And it actually helps protect the plastic and saves the plastic. We've had the same plastic on our greenhouse down there for over 10 years, which is insane. So I'm hoping we can kind of stretch the years out of this plastic by putting some shade cloth. So that'll run down to our horizontal running beam. Let me show you here how the plastic is attached. So right along these horizontal beams, so there's a horizontal beam here and down on the ground. We ordered U-channels is what they're called. So they come just separate, and you can order however many you need. So I've got them running vertically. They run up here on both ends and both sides. And then the plastic runs down, and then you order these springs. They're like spring clamps or something like springs. I think they might just be called springs. And so you lay your plastic over the top, and then you just pop your spring in there, and it holds the plastic tight. I thought that would be a really good way to, you know, protect the plastic and keep it nice and tight. It is kind of like freeze snow sleeting right now. So let's go inside the greenhouse. Oh yeah, it snowed a lot like yesterday and today. I think we've got like, I don't know, 5 inches, maybe more. It's super pretty out here. Okay, so let me tell you about the doors real quick before we go in. This was a huge decision for me. I labored over this decision because I almost thought about putting in a real set of French doors, like real pretty white ones that match the doors on our barn, so it kind of looked like a uniform idea. But then I was talking to my mom. I called her when I had to make the decision. I'm like, well, what should I do? She said, it's a plastic greenhouse. You probably shouldn't try to make it look like you're trying to mimic the rest of the house, because it's not going to even come close. Very true. So I went with these. I'm super happy with them. And we had clear plexiglass put on the front. It looks just like glass, a little bit better than plastic up here. Let's go inside. I love the sound of it in here. You can tell there has been a lot of condensation in here because it actually did warm up in here quite a bit. So a little condensation, a little water on the ground from that. Also the snow was really heavy and there was a little bit on the top that I knocked down just this afternoon. So that side didn't have as much. So as far as the structure up here goes, these are called, they call them a support package. They do not come with the frame. We ordered 3 of them just because when we get snow, we usually get quite a bit of snow. So we thought that that would help with the snow load and for winds. There's pretty high winds here, especially in the spring. So we thought it might help things out in here. So we have 3. There's one right there, one in the center, and one toward the back. Might order one more to go right on this beam here. But all the stuff in here is super not organized. I actually thought about waiting to do this tour until I had it organized, but I mean, what the heck. I had to bring all the stuff in here before it was done, so I had to leave a pathway all along the sides so that he could get to it if he needed to access any of the sides. So nothing's really organized, but everything's pretty well cut back and cleaned up for the most part. These are all plants that we had sent to us last season that we have for projects and things, and I've got some really fun ideas for our garden next spring. I'm so excited to show you guys. And then we've been using this to film. We've already filmed, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos in here. This is the potting bench Gardener Supply sent us, and we've actually used it, I think, twice now for videos. And then this is our old potting bench back here that we've used since the very beginning. In fact, we used this in the very first video we ever uploaded. The fun thing about this bench, so my sister-in-law and her husband make signs, like decorative signs for interior. And we asked them if they could build us a tabletop. They did a beautiful job. So it's this one right here that fits right over the top of our potting bench, so that if we want to use something with a different stain, with something a little darker to give our videos a different look, we have that ability. And we had to make a really neat aged looking like turquoise one. I haven't used that one yet, but I'm really excited to. But so this right here is that little, the tractor scoot, I think is what it's called, from Gardener Supply. I honestly didn't think I would use it, but this, if you saw our eucalyptus wreath video, this is where I sat to film that. I sat right there and built the wreath right here, and Aaron had his cameras coming down. It was really comfortable. So I have a feeling we're going to be using this setup quite a bit. It's kind of funny, you only see like this much of what we're doing in a video, and then you just like don't realize all the stuff that's all around. I mean, there's just like garbage I need to pick up, stuff like that. So let me show you a few plants that are looking really good still while we're in here. So I have a red cone Norway spruce. Obviously this one's looking good, evergreen. I can't wait to plant this one. I have this perfect spot for it. Oak leaf hydrangeas still have their beautiful fall color. These dianthus, look at them. They're just like, don't care that it's winter. I'm just gonna bloom anyway. Feeling pretty good about it. They look really pretty. And then we've got some Castle Spire holly, Arctic Fire red twig dogwoods. I just had this David Austin Jubilee Celebration rose was in bloom last week in here. And some Daisy May daisies. And these are Invincible Spirit 2 hydrangeas, and I actually like to leave the blooms on them because I think that they're really pretty. And then there's a few plants over here that are looking great. We've got the Sprinter Boxwoods, which of course look wonderful, and these Heucherellas are just oh, they're insane. Look at this. Look at the foliage on these. I cannot wait to put these out in the landscape. I just think they are a great plant. Look at the color on that one. Ah, they're so pretty. A really nice dianthus here, really pretty icy blue foliage, and then there's some Appletini Heucheras, which are wonderful. And a couple more things. This is our Crescent Garden Pot right here. That's a self-watering container, which I loved, and I want to add more in my garden next year. It worked like a charm. And then we've got the laundry basket planter, which did really well. I mean, it had strawberries a lot of the summer. The Supertunia Bordeaux still has a few flowers on it. They're kind of waning. But I cut back, it was a banana. I think I kept saying canna, and it was a banana that was in here, and that's why I got so enormous. It had a tag that said it was a dwarf canna. Should have known better, I just didn't even pay attention. it got huge. And this is my green tower, which I have not touched. I haven't cleaned it out. I didn't show updates of it because we moved it to our new house and I put it in a spot that had really soft soil, and I came out one day and the soil had settled and they were kind of like, they'd fallen down on the ground and they looked kind of sad. Stacked back up just perfect. I didn't lose any plants, but it just looked a little bit rough. And then I decided to bring all of my Let's Dance Diva hydrangeas in here for the winter, because if I have a cold frame to keep them in, that's what I'm going to do. I was going to wrap them with burlap, but this saves me a lot of effort just bringing them in here. And then I have all my blueberries in here. Blueberries are really tough in my area to grow, so they're all in containers. I have them here, and then there's 3 more containers of blueberries there. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing our new greenhouse. We are enjoying it so much, and I'm so thankful to have it. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
How you feeling right now?
Pretty good.